market action. We're going to keep coming back to this, of course. But first up, let's get a conversation going on the show now. Forgings is the first corporate on our radar. Vidyashankar Krishnan joins us now, Vice Chairman and Managing Director of Forgings, to take some questions on their Q3 performance as well as their order book going forward. Mr. Vidyashankar, thanks a lot for joining us. This is Pavitra. You know, it's been a very good showing for your company for 9 months. I think you're already clocking in over 1,000 crores of revenue. I think earlier you had guided for around 1,300 crores. Can you tell us where that stands? Would you look to revise your, guidance, considering that you've already clocked in such a solid performance?
Considering the performance of the last few quarters, I think we would be headed to about 1,400 and a little bit above that for this year. The CV market has been pretty buoyant and backed by decent performance from our end, because we could be doing a lot better than this. And so we'll be looking at something closing this year at around 1,400 plus.
Okay, got that, Mr. Vidyashankar. Just stay on for a second. We're getting a lot of important news from the Supreme Court today. And the flashes on your screen are, of course, the next big piece of information that we've got. The Supreme Court has basically done away with the present system of the appointment of the Chief Election Commissioner. The new system is going to be an appointment done by the committee, which includes the Prime Minister, it includes the Leader of Opposition and the Chief Justice of India. So this is also a big development that's coming in on, of course, a petition that was before the Apex Court. So the way the CEC will be appointed will be through this 3-member committee: the Prime Minister, the Leader of Opposition and the Chief Justice of India. So very important developments coming in from the court there as well. We'll keep getting you more details and some more color on this judgment and some more details that are coming through. In fact, I think we have some more commentary that's coming out. Let me just take a look at what some of the latest developments are. So the Supreme Court's 5-judge Constitution bench has unanimously ruled this. The decision that's flashing in front of you on the screen. The Supreme Court is saying there's a need to insulate functioning of the Election Commission from executive interference. These are very important statements coming out from the Apex Court. The election commissioners need the same protection as the CEC, the Chief Election Commissioner, and can't be removed by the government. The court goes on to say that founding fathers of the Constitution left it for the Parliament to frame law for appointment of CECs. Political dispensations betrayed trust reposted in them. The law is yet to be framed. So this is some very important commentary and observations that are coming in from the Supreme Court, as it has set in motion a new manner in which, or by which, the Chief Election Commissioner is going to be appointed. 3-member committee, Prime Minister, Leader of Opposition and the Chief Justice of India. So, Pavitra, I think the Supreme Court has really had a very busy morning today. And, this is obviously a landmark move as well.
Oh, absolutely. Very big move coming through once again, from the Supreme Court. So those are the flashes on your screen. We'll, talk more about this and keep bringing you up to speed with everything that we do get coming out of the Supreme Court. Just to run you through it again, in case, you missed out on any of those comments, the 5-judge Constitution of the Supreme Court has directed for an independent panel consisting of the PM, the LOP, the CJI to appoint election commissioners. So this is what we were, bringing you up to speed with. The 5-judge Constitution of the Supreme Court bench will decide on the plea-seeking independent panel for the appointment of election commissioners. So all of these flashes are up on your screen. We will keep talking more about this. But for now, let's go back to our discussion that we were having with a corporate on this show, Forgings. And so, if I can come back, you've taken us through your revenue. You did say that you're revising the guidance upwards to maybe 1,400 crores. This is for all of FY23. I do want to ask you on the margins, because, we have been talking about the metal prices as well. Considering that there has been a fall and you've already seen an improvement, what can we expect in terms of the margins? Because in Q3, we already saw an expansion to 20.6%. What can we expect going forward?
I would say margins will be reasonably in place. I see metal prices going back, flying back due to price of coal. Already steel prices have gone up in the last few couple of weeks at least. And so metal prices will be, but as far as we are concerned, metal prices are a pass-through. So customers will get the benefit when prices drop, and they bear the increase when the metal prices go up. So as far as MMF is concerned, it would be largely revenue neutral. There could be some little bit of timing differences that we have seen over the last few years. That kind of averages itself out.
Okay, so Mr. Krishnan, you've detailed out your revenue targets as you're looking at the next couple of quarters. Give us some more qualitative, color on this as well in terms of where you are seeing growth coming in from. Which are those clients where things are really revved up? Which markets are doing the best for you, performing the best for you?
Yeah. So, Rabi, the color of Forging has changed in the last few quarters. From being a forging company which did some machining, today a significant portion of our revenue comes from machining. Over 55% of our sales is machine products now. And we see this ratio going very clearly to 65 and 70%, maybe more. So we've made a kind of a leap in transition from being a forge shop to being a supplier of components globally. And so that's one clear trend over the last few quarters. The other thing that we have seen is our exports were normally hovering around 60% of overall sales, 65%. Today, the situation is totally overturned, and domestic sales constitutes 65% of all our product sales, which is a huge change. So both these are significant trends as far as Forgings is concerned. Not that export sales, we've slackened off on that. Yes, markets have dropped compared to last year due to the geopolitical situation in Ukraine. But by and large, if you see, our domestic sales have gone significantly up. And we expect that trend to continue in the months and next couple of years to come. As our export initiatives globally start to bear fruit, once again, exports will pick up as well.
Mr. Krishnan, how much of your exports are from Europe? Because I do know last time we were talking about, Europe being much softer. So how much of this is just Europe related?
Overall revenues, if you see, Pavitra, we are at about 15% US, 15% Europe, and about 7-8% South America.
Okay.
So,
okay, just
a significant number. And at the same time, numbers that we could, push up over time. So there's a lot of avenue for growth.
Okay, just a very quick final word on cash utilizations as well. I believe your debt is going to be close to 550 crores at the end of FY23. As we're looking at the start of the new fiscal, what's the comfortable debt equity level that you will target? And also maybe a word on CapEx that you have in mind for next year?
Yeah. We have targeted 500 crores starting from the beginning of this fiscal. So, and we are about 200 crores into it. Balance 300 is to be spent over the next, I would say, 5 to 6 quarters. So 1 quarter of this year and 4 more of next year, FY24, and maybe a little bit into FY25. So this should take us comfortably. We're looking at turnover in the region of about 2,400 odd crores. So that's one. And as far as debt equity is concerned, we are pretty comfortable. Net debt to equity right now is rather low at about 0.4. So debt levels are pretty comfortable. And as we march into the next year, we could see us taking on a little bit more of debt. Of course, we are also paring debt even as we speak. Every year, our repayment is around 90 to 100 crores. We may possibly stabilize at these levels of long-term debt.
All right, you could stabilize at these levels for long-term debt. Mr. Krishnan, we'll leave it at that today, but thank you very much, as always, for stopping by and speaking with us on the outlook for the company. That is the management of Forgings. The stock is a little bit under pressure today, and, for the past year as well, it has been pretty range-bound, just around 5% higher. But that's the conversation that we were having. We do need to get into a short break now. On the other side, we will talk you through what's going on with the weather conditions. We're gearing up for a scorching summer. The IMD has been warning about this. So Manisha will get us the latest.